Hello everyone, BD here and welcome back to Bioshock Infinite Burial at Sea. Finally have everything we need to repair the Lutece Device and the Silverfin. Let's see if we can't get over to it without too much difficulty. Oh, there he is.
Public address system. That's how you do it, Kara. Just like that.
Oh, what? How is... Not bothered. I don't think they'll follow me in here.
Got a sweet idea for you. Ready?
Yeah, I shot him. Don't know why he didn't fall.
Get out here.
I guess because he was a frosty. Alright. I'm just hearing them back there. Oh, good.
Now we won't immediately die of CO2 poisoning the moment we turn the thing on.
Which is always good. Where do I put the other bits?
Well, not the perfect phosphor frequency, but it'll do. Okay, that should stop it from overheating. There, everything's fixed. We're ready.
Let's fire it up and see.
Indeed. Fingers crossed.
Sesame.
What did I tell you?
Where's it putting us?
Booker. Look. We're on the First Lady.
Indeed. Before Elizabeth in the main timeline took the dress, so after the death of Fitzroy and before they commandeered the First Lady.
It can't be this easy. The First Lady Mark II was built around a particle lift system just like all the buildings in the city. I read all about it in the Columbian Scientific. The particles seated at the top of the structure must be up that lift. Perfect.
Seems like a lot of technology just to float an airship. Comstock never heard of hydrogen.
The First Lady Mark I did run on hydrogen, and it was destroyed by a single bullet from a Vox sniper. Unfortunately, the Prophet wasn't on board at the time.
Very interesting. Yes, hydrogen or helium that's incredibly combustible. Maybe it's both.
If I take the active particle, then the First Lady is just a 40-ton paperweight. Best to take the spare.
Pretty.
Here we go. Now let's head back through that tear.
You honestly expect Atlas to honor his side of the deal?
No, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
How do you plan on handling Atlas? He ain't just some spliced-up maniac.
He'll make a mistake. I just have to be ready to take advantage of it when it happens.
All for a girl you barely know.
How well did you know me when you came to Columbia?
Well, aside from the daughter bit.
Pretty lady not finished yet.
What? Open the tear!
Power for device, very expensive. Tit for tat.
Just tell me what you want.
Such a want something simple. Lock of hair.
Oh, you're not serious. this.
Not your hair, stupid! Fink has a secret lab. Mothballed, forgotten. In there, hair sample. In jar. Cannot miss it. You get for suture. Then everybody friends.
Where's his lab?
Closed off past Fink's quarters. You smart lady, you find.
Should have seen that one coming.
Well, alright.
Vox Populi. We must have arrived right in the middle of the siege.
That means the other you and I are probably inside the factory. On our way up to the First Lady.
And what happens if we run into ourselves?
We won't,
How do you know that?
because we didn't.
She's got a point.
Press to generate a bullet-snatching shield that places ammo into your gun.
Interesting. To that point, we should probably switch weapons. Probably not going to be very stealthy in this section. Of course. No, enter the vent, please. Thank you.
I've taken your counsel, and you done me good service, but I will not hurt the boy. I will see Fink and Comstock burn, but I will not hold the son to account for the deeds of his father.
You've misunderstood us.
We neither asked you to harm the child.
Nor did we promise that yours would be the hand that would set Comstock's world afire.
A famous man once said,
And a famous man shall say,
I may reach the mountaintop.
but I fear I shall never visit the valley below.
But you mean I won't live to see the... No.
It's up to you what matters more.
Your part in the play.
Or the play itself.
Someone is coming.
She'll arrive a girl.
She must leave. A woman.
And what makes the difference between a girl and a woman?
Blood.
Your part in the play.
Or the play itself.
Turn her into a killer? How?
Give the girl no choice.
And she will be forced to make one.
Very interesting indeed. Luteces have been very involved in this entire affair. I guess that's Fink and Fink's son, yes. Which means that she'll be taking them. That's not what I wanted this. Maybe I can still be stealthy. No! Not quite what I wanted. No balls. Just go. I was hoping to try and not kill anyone randomly. I don't really need that. I need... May as well. Let's see.
Where are you going? I'll hunt you down.
Up there. Okay, so I think we're fine. For now. Ooh, that was very close. There's where the standoff takes place. Boom.
Who's out there?
Glad I got the extra bolts.
Yeah, there's a war coming. You can smell it in the air. Fear, hatred, people dying every day. But how many more will suffer if we rise up? Violence begets violence, I know this. I've seen this. The rational mind argues for a peaceful solution to find a common ground, but what common ground is there to find for a father who watches his child bleed out in the street? How do you deny him his vengeance? I know that fire that burns deep inside. I know it all too well. And when the time comes, will I be able to stay the hand?
Indeed, you played that part. Oh hey, it's this room. With the pointless, invisible wall that we couldn't get through. All those many hours ago. Ooh. Any road. Moving forward. Private quarters of Jeremiah Fink. Well, there's something with that clock on the floor that I can do. Ammo in there, ammo that way.
Think.
A giant clock.
Sort of. Looks like the mechanism unlocks certain activities when Fink gives his blessing.
So what? We're stuck waiting for the cuckoo to go off?
No, there's a slot for some kind of key for manual wiring. We just gotta find that.
Sure seems like a lot of work to lock down a few doors.
Yo, if there's one thing Fink loves, it's a lot of work.
Indeed. And cannon ammo.
Our current state of being, or lack thereof, has left my brother unfulfilled. The biological urge to leave one's mark is strong, and it is not an impossibility. We could instantiate ourselves back in Columbia, return to an old life for the possibility of creating new. But we died in that world. Returning would mean giving up part of us. Ourselves. We'd become flesh and all that it is heir to. The mysteries of the universe would become once again mysteries.
We've got the clock key.
Curioso and curioso. If they were just flesh and blood, how do they do that phasing thing, though? Slightly dizzy. I guess I just go through all of them until I find what it is I'm looking for. It'll probably be in the last one. Able profit, untold profit. I don't want cigarettes, thank you. Is there anything else here worth taking? Worth exploring? Meal tries her sure to impress the rubes. Give us the sales pitch, I'll provide the snake oil. Trickle plasmas require 10 times the atoms that injectables do. Injectables are a clear economic choice. So Fink came up with the injectable one.
Sea slugs. Goddamn sea slugs. Could that Oriental have come up with a more inconvenient fuel for his plasmids? If there is a God, and I've seen more evidence to the contrary than in support, you'd think he'd have put Adam into the belly of a nice little seagull or crow. The cost of all these underwater expeditions are murdering my margins.
I wonder if that's intentional or if they just duplicated it in the wrong way. Regardless.
As to the matter of religion, let me place myself in the camp of the agnostic. I pretend to understand the mysteries of the infinite no more than you, Comstock, or anyone else for that matter. For the sake of argument, let's say this is all one unhappy accident, and we're all alone in our toils. Then who would Comstock use to control and shame us with rules that apply only to those with not a penny in their pocket? If there were no God, you could rest assured the first deed done by the first rich man would be inventing him.
Quite possible, Daisy. It happens. Alright then. A lock of hair in a jar.
Good. How to get that idiot his lock of hair.
It's either going to be Elizabeth's hair, the First Lady's hair, or one of the Lutece's hair. Those are my guesses. Are we going to be stopped on the way?
Listen, I got you your guns. I'm here for my issue.
But my Booker DeWitt died for the Vox Populi. You either an imposter or a ghost. My Booker DeWitt was a hero to the cause, a story to tell your children. You just
Complicating the narrative.
Look, are you there? I miss you. You were the only one who ever... You were my only friend. Booker.
I'm not even here. I'm a projection of your own.
Could you humor me then? Please.
I think Booker would miss you.
Oh, let's see. I can't use this on that.
Come out of there! Will you escape? Hunt you down! For the box!
No, not me.
Escape, pig!
Ah,
To the pig!
it missed. There we are. So someone's still here. Yes, now we find all the lockpicks, really. There's so many more people.
How is competition when you have quality?
Jesus, it's ripe in here. Say, somebody, fetch me a millionaire to clean this mess up.
Perhaps we should call it here for the day. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I'll see you all next time with more Bioshock Infinite, Burial at Sea. Ta. Saw one person heading up there. 2 people on the way. They're gonna come through that door.